What if everything you know isn't real? What if the world around you, time, space, even your own body, isn't solid, but a simulation made of ancient cosmic code? For thousands of years, ancient civilizations, mystics, and sages whispered a profound truth. Reality is an illusion, a dream within a dream. They etched this knowledge into stone, mythology, and sacred texts. They knew what we're only beginning to rediscover. Now, modern science, quantum physics, holographic theory, and consciousness studies is finally catching up. What was once dismissed as mysticism is now being proven in labs and equations. This isn't just a theory, it's a revelation, a crack in the matrix, a glimpse behind the veil. You are not just waking up, you're remembering. Welcome to a new reality. Welcome to Beyond the Cosmic Code. In 2003, philosopher Nick Bostrom proposed a question that shook the very foundation of our understanding of reality. What if we're living inside a computer simulation? He didn't just ask it for fun, it was a serious philosophical argument. Bostrom suggested that if any advanced civilization were to run ancestor simulations, and if even just one of them created millions of simulated realities, then statistically, we're more likely to be in one of those simulations than in base reality itself. This idea gained massive traction. Tech visionary Elon Musk later echoed the theory, saying, "There's a 1 in billions chance that we're actually in base reality." In other words, it's far more likely that we're living in a hyper-advanced coded simulation than in the original physical universe. Even quantum physicists have stumbled upon strange evidence that seems to support this. At the quantum level, particles don't behave like solid matter. They exist in a state of possibility until they are observed. Once someone watches, they collapse into a fixed state, as if the universe knows it's being watched. It's called the observer effect, and it's one of the most mysterious findings in science. But here's the twist. What if this idea isn't new at all? Thousands of years before Bostrom or Musk, ancient civilizations already spoke of this exact concept in their own way. The Hindus called it Maya, the grand illusion. The Gnostics believed the material world was a false construct. Plato described the allegory of the cave, where people mistake shadows on the wall for reality itself. From temples to scrolls to stone carvings, ancient wisdom warned us, this world might not be what it seems. Modern science is just beginning to catch up with ancient knowledge, and the more we uncover, the clearer it becomes. The Matrix is not just science fiction, it might be the truth. Let's rewind thousands of years back, long before computers, quantum physics, or simulation theory. Ancient civilizations were already exploring the nature of reality, and what they found was astonishing. In the East, the sages of India gave us the Vedas, some of the oldest sacred texts known to humanity. They spoke of Maya, the cosmic illusion. To them, the physical world wasn't the ultimate reality. It was a veil, a temporary dream masking a deeper, infinite truth. The Upanishads, the mystical heart of the Vedas, went even further. They described life as a divine play, a lila. Each soul, or Atman, is a spark of the infinite, temporarily playing a role in this illusion of separation. According to them, waking up is realizing that you are not the role, you are the actor, the consciousness behind it all. Meanwhile, in ancient Egypt, the priesthood held sacred knowledge passed down through mystery schools. They believed the material world was only a reflection, a mirror of higher astral planes. To them, everything physical was a symbol, a coded message from beyond, pointing to greater spiritual realities. They taught that the body was a vessel for the soul's journey, and that what we see here is but the echo of a much grander cosmic design. In ancient Greece, the philosopher Plato echoed these same truths. In his famous allegory of the cave, he described humanity as prisoners, chained inside a cave, staring at shadows on a wall. believing those shadows to be the only reality. But those shadows were just projections. The real world existed outside the cave, bathed in light. Few dared to break free and see the truth, and those who did were often ridiculed for it. Sound familiar? These ancient teachings mirror what today's simulation theory is trying to uncover. They all say the same thing in different ways. That what we call reality might just be a projection, a simulation, a dream within a dream, and the ultimate truth, it lies beyond the illusion, waiting for us to wake up. All around us are clues, hints hidden in plain sight, suggesting that reality isn't random, but intelligently designed. Let's start with sacred geometry, an ancient language of shapes, patterns, and proportions that appear throughout nature, art, and architecture. You'll find it encoded in the Great Pyramids of Egypt, whose precise alignment with celestial bodies and flawless proportions still baffle modern engineers. You'll see it in mandalas from the East, spiritual diagrams that mirror the geometry of the cosmos. And perhaps most mysteriously, you'll see it in nature itself. The Fibonacci sequence, a spiral of numbers that appears in sunflower seeds, pine cones, hurricanes, and galaxies. The golden ratio, 1.618, is found in everything from nautilus shells to the proportions of the human body, even in famous works of art like the Mona Lisa. Then there are fractals, infinitely repeating patterns that emerge in everything from Romanesco broccoli to river systems, from blood vessels to lightning bolts. These self-replicating patterns seem to say, the universe doesn't just exist, it follows a blueprint. In other words, this isn't chaos, it's architecture. Even the code of life itself, DNA, follows this intelligent patterning. DNA is made up of 4 repeating bases, A, T, G, and C. With just those 4 letters, nature writes the instruction manual for every living thing on Earth. It's a biological programming language, just like how computers use ones and zeros in binary code to run simulations. So if digital simulations run on code, and if life itself runs on code, what is reality running on? Could there be a deeper cosmic language behind everything? A universal source code that governs the stars, the atoms, and even your thoughts? Many mystics, scientists, and philosophers believe so. Quantum physicists now describe the universe not just as a material structure, but as information. Some even say reality is made of data, and consciousness is the decoder. So what if what we're seeing isn't real in the way we think, but a projected interface designed for experience, learning, and evolution? In that case, the universe isn't just something we're in, it's something we're part of, something we may have helped design. If the world is made of code, then who wrote it? Who's behind the design? Is it a cosmic architect, an advanced civilization, or something even closer, something within? What if the real answer is this? You're not just a character in the program. You're the one playing the game, not your ego, not your personality, but your true self, a divine, infinite consciousness, projecting itself into this reality to learn, to grow, to experience what it feels like to be human in a world of space, time, and limitations. You are not the avatar. You are the player behind the eyes, navigating this simulation called life. This isn't a new idea. For thousands of years, mystics, shamans, and sages from every corner of the earth tried to show us this truth. The yogis in India said, Atman is Brahman, the soul is God, playing hide and seek with itself. Indigenous shamans spoke of dream worlds and spirit realms more real than the physical. Gnostic teachers warned that the material world was a false construct and that salvation lay in gnosis, inner knowing. They weren't primitive, they were advanced. They understood something we've forgotten. Reality is not fixed, it's fluid, a living dream shaped by consciousness. And here's the most powerful part. The moment you realize the illusion, you begin to rewrite the program. When you wake up, when you truly see the game for what it is, you stop reacting and start creating. You become the dreamer lucid within the dream. You reclaim your power as the coder, the architect, the artist of your own reality. So ask yourself, are you just surviving in the simulation, or are you ready to start hacking it from the inside out? Because once you remember who you are, the game will never be the same again. The ancients saw the truth. Long before telescopes, satellites, or supercomputers, they looked inward. Through meditation, ritual, and intuition, they discovered that reality is not what it seems, that the world is a dream, and the soul, the dreamer. Now scientists are catching up. Quantum mechanics, neuroscience, simulation theory, they're confirming what mystics have said all along. This isn't base reality, it's a construct, a projection, a code, and now it's your turn to remember, to awaken, to reprogram your mind, to rediscover the ancient truths buried deep within your DNA. Subscribe to Beyond the Cosmic Code. Each episode isn't just content, it's a key to unlock another layer of reality, another hidden mystery of the soul, another line of the ancient code that holds the simulation together. This is more than just a channel, it's a portal, a path for seekers, wanderers, and starborn souls ready to remember who they are and why they came here. The illusion is cracking, the code is calling. It's time to break the simulation and wake up